Hey, today I'm going to solve the problem sum of the first nth term of series, which is a JavaScript problem on Codewars 7 Caillou. Okay, so the task is to write a function which returns the sum of the following series up to the nth term, which is the parameter n. Okay, so the rules are you need to round the answer to 2 decimal places and return it as a string. Okay. If the given value is 0, then it should return 0. Okay. And you will only be given natural numbers as arguments. Okay. So the first thing to do is to create the base case. So that will be if n is equal to 0, return string 0.00. Okay, that is the base case solved. And then we're going to have to solve the case for when n is greater than 0. So to do that, we're going to need to create a couple of helper variables. So the first one is we're going to do let sum equal do 0. Okay. And then we are going to make the constant. What is that const? Then we're going to iterate over these and make this an increasing number. We're going to make a base denominator. And we're going to set that equal to 1. Then after we're going to make a for loop. So for I equal to 0, when I is less than n, I increases by 1. And then inside this, we're going to make a modifier to modify the entire denominator. So each of these. So we're going to do let modifier equal I times 3. Okay, so what that will do is it will take, for each value of I, it's going to multiply by 3. So if I is 0, then it's going to do 1. Now, in the formula, we will then make sum, sum will be increased by 1 over base dom times modifier. So if base dom is 1, and the modifier is going to be 0 times 3, that means the modifier is going to be 0. Sorry, this should actually be a plus. This will be 0, and this will be 1, so the sum will be 1 over 1, which is 1. For n equals 2, we're going to have 1 plus 1, and then 1 plus I, which is 1, times 3, which is 3. So together the denominator will be 4. And the total value will be 1.25. Okay. If n is 2, then, so we have 1.15, and then if I increases by 1, then we're going to have 2 times 3, which is 6. So then we're going to have base dom of 1 plus 6. It's going to make the denominator 7. And that is going to be under 1. So then we're going to add 1/7 to 125, which will equal 1.39. So let's try that out. Let's write our return statement. So we're going to be returning a string, and we're going to be returning a string of the sum, but it has to have 2 decimal places. So we're going to use the toFixed command, and then we're going to insert a 2 to signify that we want 2 decimal places. And that should solve it. Let's try it out. Okay, so it worked. Let's see if it passes all of the tests. Okay, so it does not pass the test. 0 is not equal to that. So what if we just do, let's attempt that. Okay, now it has passed all of the tests. Submit. So here we see a more elegant solution. They have 2 variables, and yet while n is less than n, increase. They use the same method, more or less, just very much cleaner. Yeah, that's all for today. See you next time.